Hi guys, today we're going to talk about when it's important to really go see or go to a hospital following a head injury. So, of course, the main thing is, well, it depends what kind of head injury you sustained. Everything's going to be different depending on the individual and depending on what kind of accident it was itself. So, there's a whole list of red flags that you should be aware of in terms of determining is it important to go check up with the hospital to see if everything's okay. So, of course, if we have internal bleeding, if we have some sensory or motor problems, if we have maybe some facial changes, we see some pupillary changes from time to side, we see some, the vision is getting blurred, we're having seizures or vomiting, or you're just kind of losing a little bit more, the consciousness is kind of coming in and out a little bit more. So there are several more, which I can include a list for you guys in the link. However, the main things here is if generally speaking you have a deterioration of your symptoms or things are not progressively getting better with time, it's always important to go get yourself checked out by a healthcare provider who's knowledgeable in that field of study. So that way you get to kind of understand, are you doing everything okay? Is there rehab that needs to be done at this point? Is there special imaging, like potentially a CT scan that should have been done to warn off potential risks of maybe internal bleeding? So really, a lot of times, if you have that healthcare provider in your kind of those social circles that you have, it's super important, and hopefully you can just kind of do a quick appointment with someone that you trust who's very knowledgeable on the subject, and they can kind of guide you to the right direction if that extra imaging or that medical visit is important. But whenever you're in a more severe accident, let's say it was a car accident, then in those circumstances, it's often wise to get yourself checked by a hospital, because sometimes you might, just from the adrenaline of the accident itself, you might feel like you're okay at the time of the accident, but potentially there's some bigger things at play here that should be verified. So there is no great answer to, do I need to go to a hospital even if I just bump my head? Or is it one of those things where I can wait for it? Well, I mean, that's why it's good to have those good connections with your healthcare team so that you can hopefully get a quick answer if something does happen to you.